We used to actually mess up the store on purpose to seem like we were busy.
In Red Bank, there is one of the most beautiful 40,000 square foot store that is breaking all the rules in fashion. It's either called Garmany in some people's world or Garmany. Now we have you here. It's
Garmany.
It's Garmany.
It's Garmany.
All right. Your dad founded it in 74?
Yeah. 51 years ago. I don't think we had a sale for the first 10 days or 13 days. That
13
number?
days. This is why I wanted you on this podcast, right? Because your dad's vision was unstoppable.
Yeah. No, he was a force to be reckoned with.
Each financial decision is not in a silo by itself. It has to be looked at and how it relates to something else in your plan. And most people are not looking at the big picture.
This is John Smallwood, and I am back on the Money Isn't podcast. And I am really excited today to have a very, very special guest, Johnell Garmany.
Thank you for having me.
Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
All right. Because you know, in Red Bank, there is one of the most beautiful 40,000 square foot store that is breaking all the rules in fashion.
Really?
Everybody's saying you can't do it. And it's either called Garmany in some people's world or Garmany. And we're always joking, like, what is it? Now we have you here. It's
Garmany.
It's Garmany.
It's Garmany.
All right, so we have the definitive side. Now, welcome.
Thank you.
Really good to have you.
No, it's great to be here. Thank you.
I have watched you grow. I mean, that business, your business, if I understand it, your dad founded it in 74?
Yeah.
In Manhattan.
In Manhattan, 51 years ago.
And then decided to come out to Red Bank.
Yes.
What was that decision? And part ways with the Manhattan store, right?
Well, eventually.
Okay.
He opened up in New York I was like 3 months old. Okay. And I would say that, it was my younger brother, and he got all the attention. So for all that time, we were in the city. We lived in Brooklyn, and then we moved here when I was 10.
Down to the area?
At Homedale, New Jersey.
Okay.
We moved, and he would go to parties and out to dinner, and people would say, "Hey, where do you shop?" And he's like, "Actually, well, I have a clothing store." Oh my God! Well, you know what? You need to open something because nobody around here dresses like this.
No.
I have to go to the city. I have to go to Short Hills. And he said, "You know what? I'm going to open something up." So fast forward, he got approached by the Grove in Shrewsbury.
Oh, because that was like starting at that time.
Yes. It was starting. We were
late
on the
80s, right?
Late 80s. Yeah. I think 87, 88. He got approached somewhere around there, and he's like, "Yeah, let's do it." And the problem was the more national tenants they got, the worse his deal got.
Interesting. Was he already doing a store there, or did he? So you guys had a store there when it first opened? Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I mean, it's funny. It's weird looking back, because during his, when he had his settling the state and everything, I had Garmany of Shrewsbury. So we had to change it over Garmany of Red Bank. So it was super interesting. And then one day he just got upset, left the meeting, and was driving down Red Bank and saw this building for sale. And he said, "You know what? This town's got a lot of potential. I'm gonna buy this building and set up there."
Which was was it Steinbach's or Orbach's?
No, actually, that's our third location in town. It's where Coco Puri used to be.
Oh yeah.
So right across from Bistro, right there.
Yeah. And then you went to where Tiffany's is.
Yes.
And that was a men's store for years.
It was Roots.
It was Roots.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the store next door, so that Roots store, what is that, 10,000 square feet?
It's about 6,000 and change.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
And then this big, which used to be a Steinbach's or an Orbach's.
Yeah, Steinbach.
Went out of business.
And
here it is vacant.
Yeah.
And your dad decides, I'm buying it.
He decides I'm buying it.
What year is that?
That was, I'm going to say that was probably in 03, 04.
Okay.
2003, 2004.
Which everybody thought, he's going from 6,000 to 40,000 square feet?
Yeah.
Like, what are we thinking?
Yeah. Well, he had a vision. I mean, look, there was another store, in the tri-state area that he admired a lot.
Which was?
Mitchell's.
Oh, yeah.
in Connecticut.
Yeah, yeah.
And they had just opened Richards, which was a 20-something, I think 26,000 square foot store, and it was beautiful. And it's still beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, you know what? You know, he admired the family. Great family, by the way. I always say, like, you know, everybody wants to hate him, but they're so nice.
Yeah. So you can't. You can't. Yeah.
They're just wonderful people. And you know, he said, we could do that. We could do that here in Red Bank. And he looked at Red Bank as, you know, as something that well, he looked at Greenwich and saw that maybe we could be like that.
Right.
This town. So
and he really upgraded the town when he did that move. Because the town was pretty shitty at that moment.
Oh yeah, they used to call it, you know, the
Dead
bank. Dead bank.
Smallwood Wealth Management is the lead sponsor of this podcast. You have an opportunity to have a free, no obligation conversation with one of our qualified advisors. Go to smallwoodwealth.com, schedule a call, or call us at 800-797-1000 and get on our calendars. I remember I moved down here in 87 from Wayne, and I'm like, what is this Red Bank downtown? And I'm driving down in the McDonald's, went bankrupt. And the Burger King.
How could you go bankrupt in like a McDonald's? I
In a
mean, come on.
McDonald's. And I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
This place, why do we move here? I'm thinking to myself.
Yeah. Well, the best part about it, you know, I guess you could say the S word because this is exactly what happened. His accountant, he goes to show his accountant and the architect the building. And he's so excited. He's like, look at the building I'm buying.
I had this vision of like, wow.
And the accountant gets out of the car. He says, Larry, this is a piece of shit. And my dad's like, seriously? Like, you know, I'm putting all of this money into this.
I'm putting my life into this business. I'm breathing into this community. Yeah. Which is what I love. This is why I wanted you on this podcast, right? Because your dad's vision was unstoppable.
Yeah. No, he was a force to be reckoned with.
Right?
Yeah.
And it was like, nobody's going to tell me that I can't do what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take this risk. And if I don't win, I'm going to learn a ton.
Yeah. 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 I mean, thank God at the time we had the store in the city, and you know, it funded this store for a very long time. Not the one that we're in now, but obviously the one.
The smaller one.
The smaller one. Look, I mean, we were open December 7th, 1989. I don't think we had a sale for the first 10 days or 13 days. I forget the exact
13
number.
days. Which you're now sitting there going, now were you in the business at this point?
Yeah, I was 15 years old. I was
so you're a stock boy.
Selling, putting combinations. Believe it or not, like I used to put stuff together and people be like, wow, who did that? That kid over there. No way. I'm like, yeah. My dad was like super happy. He's like, yeah, my boy.
He's zoned in. He's zoned. That's, which is awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
So you're putting stuff out, you're 15, you open this store, and there's 13 days without a sale.
13 days without a sale. We used to actually...
Oh, shit.
Yeah. If you could, look, this is the best part. We used to actually mess up the store on purpose to seem like we were busy.
Like they just
throw stuff everywhere.
So people are coming in, but they're not buying.
They're not buying. They're kicking tires. You'll be closed in 6 months. You're definitely going out of business. Nobody had. They didn't want to give us a chance at first.
Now, because you left the Grove.
We didn't even open up in the Grove.
Oh, you never? I didn't think you did. Okay.
No, we didn't even open up. It was in the early stages.
And you're like, no, we're not going to do it.
We're not going to do it.
So you go by that old Roots building, which is a beautiful building. Yeah. It's still a beautiful building.
It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
Well, that used to be the post office. And I don't know if a lot of people know this. It actually has a, oh my gosh, it's a bomb shelter.
I didn't realize.
It's a bomb shelter. Yeah, full-out shelter.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So the basement's got to be incredible.
It's incredible. It's like a maze. It's a little scary, but
I got to come over and see
that. Yeah, I'll take you over there. It's pretty cool. But it's like you have like 18 inches of like steel and concrete. You know.
So now we know where to go.
Yeah.
In the apocalypse.
Exactly. Kicking Cosbar out.
Yeah. You're out. You're out. You're out. It's Tiffany's. You're out. Yeah. So he buys the building. It's 13 days, no sales. Do you remember the first sale? Were you there?
I don't. It was a blur. I'm sure it was there. But I remember one of our first clients, he was a very well-known, he is a very well-known attorney. His name is Ray Gill.
Oh, yeah.
He's now a friend.
Yeah.
And
I know of him.
You know what, look,
I know of him.
Look, you know what? There is a little bit of controversy because and I don't know if it was my dad making both of them feel good. There was another gentleman named Ralph Mazza, who passed away, a few years back. Great guy as well, and they both claimed they were the first ones. So maybe they were there together. Who knows? But,
And this, so boom, you get the sale. Ray comes in, he buys a whole bunch of stuff. Frank, or not Frank, but
Ralph.
But Ralph comes in, he buys stuff, and now people are starting to come in,
People are starting to come in.
and the store starts to take off.
Starting to take off. And now we've become this place where if you're going to a party or whatever, this is the place to shop.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're at a certain status symbol. Where you're at a certain status if you're shopping with us, which was cool.
Yeah.
And,
So now you're elevated.
now we're elevated. And look, within what is it? It was 4 years. We moved to. I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. It was really 5 years that we ended up moving to the
larger space.
Yeah.
That's a quick growth. And to go from 6,000 square feet, no sale in 13 days, to this massive growth. Like you had massive growth.
Well, the original was 3,700 square feet.
All right, so you had half the space.
Yeah, Roots was 6,000 and change. It's almost 7,000 actually.
Okay.
But, and it was one of those things like, look, I was 15. I was used to working in the city, and it was like bam, 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 bam. You had people all the time
In the city.
in the city. Here, it was like you get someone come in, spend a couple thousand. You won't see another person for maybe 3-4 hours. They would come in, so it was very low traffic. And,
High volume, low traffic.
High volume, low.
And this is a experience.
Yeah.
You come in, if they ask you if you want something to drink, and they don't serve it to you in a plastic bottle like on the table. There's a beautiful glass. There's a beautiful glass, right? There's ice. There's food.
Yeah.
The brands. Yeah. I mean, let's just go through some of your big partners. Like who do you like? What's in this store?
Well, our number one is Brunello Cucinelli.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of Brunello. We're known for luxury. So Brunello Cucinelli, Khitan, Isaia, Zegna. We do Canali, Stile Latino. We the who's who.
Right.
Basically, I have a client of mine who calls it Murderer's Row. I mean, it's just it's very cool. It's just it's incredible. It's incredible how
high-end men's fashion and women.
And women's. Now, women's, we're actually starting to get into luxury next season.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. Right now, we're like more of like an intermix.
Okay.
Advanced contemporary, moderate price point. We're not going to kill you. Maybe in shoes. We do have Christian Louboutin and like Jimmy Choo and John Vito Rossi. So they're expensive shoes. Yeah. But the ready to wear is not super crazy.
And there's not like in the area. There's no true competition for what you're doing.
Not necessarily, no.
That has lasted.
No. You have some tailors here and there, but not. It's not like the type of luxury level that we're at.
So, what you were saying is people are coming in to buy things, to go to events, to do things, to be like a couple years ago. I finally got up enough courage, and I came in because I wasn't happy with the way I looked and the whole thing, and I'm like, I'm going to this event. I got to look good. Yeah. And I bought a whole bunch of stuff, and I walked out of there. I go to this event. I get compliments on everything that I'm wearing. I'm wearing one of your shirts now, right, and pants. And everybody was like, where'd you get the stuff? And people were like, I was in Arizona, and people were like, it's a place in my downtown. Right. Like, you could walk to it? I'm like, yeah, I can walk to it. They're like, oh my God, that's incredible, right? So I think the experience, and the thing that I want to focus on is like, so you're 15, we opened the store, you're 20, and Dad opens this big thing.
Yeah.
And are you in college?
So it's funny, I didn't want to go to college. I knew exactly what I wanted to do from day one. I wanted to do
That's rare.
Yeah. I loved it. I like even before I was 15, I was in the store in the city. Like anytime I wanted to go see my dad, that's where I was going.
We had to hang out with him because he was working.
And by the way, he put me to work. It wasn't like I was just hanging out with my dad. He like put me to work. I guess he was like
he put the work ethic in you, which I think is an incredible thing to take your family and not just coddle them, but put them to work.
Yeah.
Make them understand what it is to to stock and to do inventory control. Teach you the business.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was the thing that what drew you in the most? I mean, one being with Dad.
You know what? Initially, it's probably the number one thing, but I don't know, man. I just love the evolution of fashion. I just it's something like I love to get dressed. I love to look good. I love to make people look good and have them tell me how great they look.
Yeah.
That to me was you can't put a price on that.
You can't.
No.
You can't. And there's what is it? Fernando Lamas is looking good is better than feeling good.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the reality of this is when you look good, you dress good, you feel good, you feel better. You 100%. Feel better. You feel like your clothes fit right. You feel better.
Yeah.
And that's the experience that you guys are doing. Like, you're not letting somebody walk out of there misfit.
No. And look, let me tell you something. And that's my number one pet peeve.
Yeah.
Because look, I've had people that have not been very honest, but you know what? That's their, that's like the quickest ticket out the door.
Right.
Be honest.
Be honest.
I want I'd rather, John, you could walk in the store and not find a thing.
Right.
And then you buy something that didn't fit you right or didn't look good or whatever.
Yeah, it just added the guilt of buying or whatever, feeling awkward.
Why? I'd rather you go back and be like, you know what, those guys were great. You know what, they didn't try to sell me anything that wasn't looking right on me, or for example, oh man, they fit me up and I look fantastic in this. I can't tell you how many compliments I got.
Yeah, so. I mean, the pants that I'm actually wearing, I put on a bunch of calf muscle, and the pants were like stuck up all the time. And I went back, and it seems like and I took it right out for me, and it was beautiful. And I was like, okay, now my quads are getting bigger.
Oh man!
So
I got a little bit of calf envy though. I wish I had calves.
Yeah, which I never had calves, but it is.
Look at this guy. He's like an Adonis.
Ripped. Yeah, he is. He totally is. He's ripped. Tony's ripped. But so. You don't go to college. You're full-time in the family business. At what point do you guys close Manhattan?
Well, so I did go to college.
Okay.
But the reason I said I never wanted to go is because I was out of there real quick.
So you went and realized
I had a great time, and I was like, you know what?
Too good of a time?
Yeah, too good of a time.
A lot of kids should do the same thing.
Yeah.
They should quit.
And I said, you know what? I came home for Christmas break, and I said, look, it's not for me. And my dad's like, great. Well, you'll start on Monday then. I'm like, what? I'm like, but there's a party. I'm like, no.
We're starting Monday.
You're going to Virginia, picking up your stuff, come back next day.
Yeah.
That same day, I should say. And you're starting to work on Monday. And at the time, we're opening a store in Summit.
Oh.
Yeah. We opened up a store in Summit. And
is that store still there?
No. You know what? That store was great. And then what happened was Short Hills went through this big expansion.
Yeah.
And, it went from a store where people would come in and say, hey, what's new? They were like, hey, what's on sale? You can't make money on sale.
No.
So,
it changed.
Yeah, at least it was up. It just so happened at that time we were opening this big one. So it was perfect.
So it's a beautiful,
it was perfect.
Beautiful mix.
It was perfect.
So Manhattan goes.
So this becomes, so now we're here in the Roots building, and this is going, business is going well, really, really well.
That's awesome.
Commute was a little tough for my father, after doing it for so many years. I won't say it was tough. It was, he was getting annoyed with it.
Going into the city.
Going to the city every day. And, especially driving in the city.
Oh.
Today?
Yeah. Back in the day, back in 2005, 4, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, awful. So he, he ended up selling it and, putting our eggs in those baskets. And
focusing all of his attention here
in New Jersey. And then, mainly Red Bank was the one that was really, had really taken off. And, it was... our lease was up in Summit, got out of there and said, you know what? Let's just put it all in
right
here in the big building,
which is beautiful.
Thank you.
At 40,000 square feet, it's absolutely, it's beautiful. It's incredible. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's an experience.
Yeah, it is. It is. I love it when people come in. They're like, especially when they've heard word of mouth, and they walk in. They're like, I had no idea. Yeah.
Now, how big is your family?
My as far as my
like your siblings.
I have one sister.
And is she in the business?
No.
Okay.
No, she never wanted to be.
So you're with Dad. you come home from college, basically. You pack your shit and you come home
Yeah.
and you start working.
Yep.
And you guys are working together.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a crisis in your family business.
Yeah.
Were you guys prepared?
No.
Dad died, basically. So
That crisis. I thought you meant 08. That was
no.
another crisis.
Oh, yeah. But when did your dad die?
He 10 years ago, 6 days ago.
10 years ago. My dad will be 3 years in 30 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's part of life, right?
Yeah.
But it's like the crisis, like your dad was young.
He was 62.
Yeah, so he was super young. My dad was 79. He was still young,
Yeah.
okay? So your dad dies. He's the primary business owner of this company. Mom is still here.
Yep.
Did you have a formal succession plan?
No, not really. Yeah, he had a will, but it was
There was no succession.
the succession was me.
Right.
It was me, but it got a little tricky. So what had happened was, you know, I remember this as clearly as it was yesterday. I walk in one day because, you know, he was always in first before me. The guy, I don't know, he's like, the guy never
4 a.m. in the morning, he's up.
whatever he just got there. And I would be the next one in. And I remember walking in and there's our accountant. And my dad's like, hey, sit down, you know, we want to have a conversation. This is actually a few weeks before he dies.
Oh, wow.
So he says, listen, starting January 1st, I'm putting you're going to be the sole owner of Garmany Red Bank.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I'm like, listen, we don't have to talk about this now. We're going to beat this thing. Don't worry. Look, if you have known him, you would have.
So he knew that he was sick?
Oh, he was, yeah. You know, he knew. He had melanoma.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And at that point, he had stage 4. But if you had known him, you'd be like, this guy's going to beat it. If anybody's going to beat it,
he's going to
this
beat
guy.
it. He's going to beat it.
Yeah. So, you know, my thing was like, let's be positive. Okay, why are we talking about this? But anyway, so that was the plan. Well, he dies a few weeks later.
Did you think you didn't think he was going to die that quickly?
No.
So they hadn't transferred the ownership yet. They hadn't done any of that.
No.
Which is
So-
probably a good thing anyway because of step up in basis and all this wonderful stuff.
Yeah. So you know, 51% was going to my mother, and then it was me.
So mom had the control, 51%.
Yes, but she had no idea. Yeah. But technically she did. But
Yeah.
you know, it was like, you know, she had no idea. Like she didn't. Well, A, she didn't love the business. B, she, you know, she wouldn't know how to run.
It was her cash flow.
Yeah, but
It was
you know,
her enjoyment of lifestyle, not of the business.
right. And
And your sister didn't want any part of it.
she wanted no part of the business.
Okay.
And so my accountant, thank God for the accountant, you know, who was very friendly with both of them, said, you know, listen, Angie, you know, the plan was to hand this 100% over to Johnell in January.
Yeah.
So you know, look, you know, thank God, you know, my mom, you know, understood, and you know, look, my mom, I have to say, look, my mom is a wonderful person. She's, you know, very caring, and you know, she's like, if you were to like come to the house, you know, A, you would leave full, and B, you'd be like
With a doggy bag
I
going
want
home.
her to be my mom.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
But it was, you know, like it was a little weird because like all of a sudden, you know, we're talking about money and business and whatever, and you know, honestly, I just like, you know, I was stressed out to the max because now I
How old are you when this happens?
was about 40,
Okay.
41. Yeah.
Yeah. So like
41.
all of a sudden now, the guy that's there every morning at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, he's gone.
Gone. Yeah.
And now you're like, oh shit, this is all me.
Yeah. It's all on me. It's all. So
Now you got to take care of mom too, because
of course,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
100% take care of her, take care of everything.
so the
and-
burden becomes even.
Yes. Yeah. And, you know, it's, you know, look, my thing at that point was I got to take this thing and not F it up.
Right. Got to grow it.
Got to grow it.
Now, like I talk about this, like my dad and I were partners for 25 years, and I took what he did and stacked on top of it. Now my kids, 3 of my kids are in this business, and I get to do this. I get to do this with them and see what their vision and how they can take it. You have how many kids?
3 daughters.
3 daughters. Are any in the business?
No.
How old are they?
19, 16, and 14.
Anybody got interest?
No. No. Maybe the little one might eventually. You know what? I'm not going to push it. It's a very difficult business.
Oh, it is.
When I got in, you know what? It was a lot of fun. Now, it used to be when you got in business, the only person or the only competition you really had was anybody that was close to you. Okay, now
It's online.
it's online. It's your vendors. It's your vendors online.
Yeah. Your vendors are like
Yeah.
your Viore brand, boom,
Yeah.
it's online, it's here. They got their
Yeah.
own stores.
Yeah.
Like I remember the first time I bought it was in your store.
They really,
Yeah. I was like, oh, this stuff's great.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's great stuff.
And the price point's awesome too.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So I don't know. I'd rather they be their own, do their own thing, and not have to rely on the retail end of it, because it's a killer, man. It's I feel terrible at times. I don't spend enough time with the family. So my wife, God bless my wife. She's
You got a pretty big staff too, right? You have like 25, 30 people?
32 people.
How many of those people are sales versus back end?
Oh no, it's the majority are back end.
Yeah.
Tailors and stock people. I currently have 11 sales
Sales guys?
Yeah.
Sales people?
salespeople.
Yeah. So dad dies. You're now 100% in the business. Don't want to F it up,
Right.
which you haven't, because it's now
Right.
been 10 years.
Right.
You've survived. You've
Yeah,
thrived.
yeah.
You've pushed through. You went through the 08, 09 crisis. You went through the COVID bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, those are two things that had to be. I mean, we were sitting here considered essential businesses, but it was me and two other staff members. We had one staff member upstairs and another one in the front office, and I was in my office, and everybody's like, "Oh, we can't talk to each other." But like, they were like, "Please don't make me work from home."
Right.
But you guys couldn't do that. You have no online presence.
No online presence. I mean, I would sneak some people in to get sweats.
Yeah.
Because sweats and coats, that's what.
Yeah, nobody was wearing anything.
Yeah, they weren't
and I think
anything.
it shifted like dress.
Yeah.
Are you seeing it shift back now?
Yes, we definitely. I feel like we were evolving at that point, and then it just stopped, and then we regressed in fashion.
Like you went back, like people were wearing sweats.
We're wearing sweats, and not only that, it just, fashion at that time, like things were starting to kind of, everything was a little snugger and tighter, and you had to be super fit to wear it, and not super fit, but fairly fit. And we have great tailors, and we make you look fit.
You couldn't have a mushroom top.
Right. Exactly. I got a mushroom top. So I haven't heard that phrase in a while. But we went through this time where we were starting to change fashion, and then we went back to sweats, and then we went back to pre-COVID, and it just kind of stayed there for a little bit. And now we're seeing that evolution again.
Come back to putting on a suit, to putting on a sport coat.
Yeah, pants,
Like I didn't.
shoes. People are wearing shoes again.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we sell like sneakers like you wouldn't believe, and but it's nice to see people like throw on
Actually
pair of
getting shoes.
Yes.
Again.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
like the sneakers are like we sell $1,500, well $4,000 sneakers actually I saw.
What brand is that?
Xenia.
Yeah,
It's a wash crocodile. It's awesome.
Oh, those things are beautiful.
Yeah.
I have
I
a
can
couple
make it
friends. If you guys are listening, they love those shoes.
They love it.
Yeah.
They love it. It's
Yeah.
addictive. You need, if you get one, you're gonna get 5, guaranteed.
Yeah.
They're super comfortable.
They come in multiple colors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We do them custom.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, I just made one up. I mean, I said we sold we made one for $15,000.
$15,000.
$15,000.
I'd be afraid to wear them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on, everybody should have a pair.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna cherish those shoes. You're gonna feel fantastic in those shoes. Like those shoes are gonna make you look really freaking good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you got to upgrade that one. I feel like this fashion side, right? Like I think there was a shift where people were like, I don't have to look good. I'll just put on a shirt for the Zoom call.
Yeah.
Right. And it's now like, oh, we're going back into the office. We're traveling. We're going on vacation. We're doing things again.
Right.
And I think what's beautiful is in the store, you can buy the sneakers, you can buy the shoes, you can buy the suit, you can buy the jeans, you can do the sweaters, you can do all the cool. I mean, I have some fantastic shirts. Like people, I get compliments every time I wear, and I'm like, I know, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
And I feel like the business now, right? You've gone through a whole bunch of cycles. What is next?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I'm banking on, not banking, but I'm assuming that with this going on in Netflix at Fort Monmouth, that's going to be a big boom for
Everybody's banking on that. That I mean, to me, that's going to bring people in.
Yeah.
That's going to bring. I mean, property values are going up or staying the same. I mean, we're seeing other parts of the country just, you know, like Florida's just going down and other places, right? This is still supported.
Yeah.
I think this becomes. I think what's really interesting, and let's talk about Red Bank because we're two property owners in Red Bank. We both own multiple places, right? So how could Red Bank be a better Red Bank?
You know what? I go back to what my father, you know, his vision was.
His vision was
he wanted Greenwich. He wants Red Bank to be Greenwich.
So do I.
Okay. And I think not only do we have the potential, okay, we could definitely do it. I mean, we have the wealth in the area.
We do. And it's coming more.
Yeah, it's coming more. Look, I mean, you see what's happening in New York City. People they want to leave there. They want, you don't want
that thing goes down,
yeah.
Holy shit, people are fleeing.
Oh, 100%. But not only that, just the business owners as well.
Yeah. And like some of my largest clients, you know, big Wall Street guys, whatever, they could live in the city and they have a place, but their main place is out here.
Right.
Like this is where they get their peace. This is where they get their enjoyment. So so Larry's plan is he sees Greenwich.
Yeah.
He sees the opportunity.
Yeah.
What do we need to do in Red Bank to become Greenwich? How does Broad Street facilitate this? Like, how do we elevate it?
You know what? Look, I would, if I were the town, okay, I would get, you know, I would get someone like a, you know, I don't want to say a broker per se, but someone whose sole job is to bring those
high-end tenants
in. Okay?
Like
not just tenants, high-end tenants in.
High-end tenants.
Yeah.
Because I look at it, like I was in Turkey. And the airport, have you been in the Istanbul airport?
No.
You got to go.
Yeah.
Hermes.
I want to go. Like I got to fill it up here.
Yeah, you can. I did that. I didn't do it in. I didn't do it in Turkey. I did it in Totowa, New Jersey, at the Few thing. It was fabulous. One of the greatest $10,000 investments I ever made. But it is like the airport had some of the greatest shopping that I've ever seen in my entire life, and I was like, I don't shop in an airport. I ended up going to like. I was walking by and I'm like, oh, that's a really nice shirt. I bought like a pair of shirts. I bought all kinds of stuff. I was like, this is incredible, right? But like, we don't have that. Like you come to your store and they're not going to another store. Yeah. So that's going to hurt your business because there's not enough draw.
Yeah. Yeah, you want it to stay. You want it to have, you know, shop, have lunch, shop some more.
Yeah.
And keep going until dinner time.
And I always look at it and go, like the downtown, there's a whole bunch of vacancies.
Right.
Nobody's bringing in the high-end tenants. And I was like, what if you could design something where you could bring in the high-end tenants, you can bring in better bistros and better, you know, things that really attracted people to come and like destination.
Right.
The waterfront is epic. We're not maximizing that.
I agree there.
Like you drive down Broad Street when you can, and like you're looking at buildings that have been in disarray for 30 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Like let's upgrade. Let's bring the river to part of the view.
They've been talking about that ever since I was a kid.
Yeah,
I remember that, and I don't know exactly why it hasn't happened or why it can happen. Maybe I don't know.
I don't see any reason why it can't.
But you know,
that's a decision. Yeah. That's a decision that somebody's making not to invest.
I don't know the reason behind that, but yeah, I mean, we have the river right there. That'd be beautiful. Open that up.
Bring boats in. Bring people by. I mean, we're going to Greenwich on a friend's boat in a week. We'll pull in, just tie up at a marina, stay at a hotel, and shop, and go to dinner and go to lunch, go to great places, and it's like a destination. Like this town, I think we have to elevate it to a level that supports the local community, both sides, right? There are people that can afford $4,000 shoes, and there are people that can afford $200 shoes. But a lot of that is a decision that people are making, right? But if we can elevate, it brings the it brings the foot traffic up, it brings the restaurant business up, it brings the ancillary businesses up, like having multiple types of businesses in the downtown. Like I don't see like tremendously like exciting things down there when I walk down there.
From what I understand, there are things happening. Like, for example, Brooks Brothers is coming to town, back to town. You know what? Look, as a clothing guy, like most people would say, you know what? Wouldn't you not want? I would say, no. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Because you know what? For me, like when Brooks Brothers was at the Grove, those guys were my best customers. Why? They would come in and realize that they could actually wear the stuff that we had. It was just more elevated.
Correct.
You know, so I think
your stuff is a level above, but it's not like exponentially greater in pricing.
Oh no, I mean, look, I can make a lot of people think that we carry are like 5,000, 12,000
suits,
$20,000 suits. I can make you a suit for under $1,000.
You made me a beautiful suit. I don't remember how much it was. Yeah. It's a blue suit, so I couldn't wear it today because it blends into the blue.
I made sure I didn't wear blue today.
Yeah, don't wear blue because our Manhattan highlight thing that we're going to be in is actually in a blue room. Right. So literally the first podcast that we put the blue room up, I have one of my long-term clients in. He's like in his 80s. We're both wearing blue sport coats. And it's talking heads. All you see is our heads. Oh, no. And it took them a couple of months to get the video right to get it so we actually looked like we were not just bobbleheads.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But I think what you've done and what your dad did in that vision is to elevate this. But I think there's an lack of investment in downtown Red Bank. I mean, my 199 Broad Street property, I won an historic preservation award for it. It's not in the historic preservation. I didn't have to do any of that. I made a choice, right, to bring it back to its glory. Right. And that was a 1904 property that we renovated in 2013. And the guy, it was owned by the Sutton family, who in the late 1800s, Dad was the mayor, and he was a dry goods merchant. Huh. And that was like the showcase house that they were building. Oh, wow. All right. So like the journey of Red Bank, I think is incredible. And what I want to do is I want to take this town and elevate it and make it into one of the greatest, places to come. People already love to come for dinners and all that kind of stuff. But like frustrating is that they get here, nobody's open. Yeah. And the reason why people aren't open is because the foot traffic's not here. So it doesn't make sense to be open at 8 o'clock. At night on a Friday night. Yeah. Because you're not getting the foot traffic. And I always joke, like, where you are versus the other side, there's more foot traffic down there, but there's not a reason, like, we're not investing in this side of
we're not.
of the downtown.
Look, we're guilty of stupid hours. I mean, I'm open from 11 to 5.
Yeah. Why is that?
5 days a week.
Why is that?
You know what? It happened by accident.
Okay.
During COVID, I needed people to cover for each other, and I just, God forbid somebody got sick. Yeah. I needed those people. So I said, you know what? We're open 5 days a week, 11 to 5. So, if someone needs to get in earlier, they don't want to be around people.
Open up earlier.
If people want to shop, privately after hours, after 5. And it just became this like thing where, I now had given them a great quality of life.
Yep.
Okay. Now they have a weekend. The hours aren't crazy. If you're having an appointment, it costs me less to have, one person with me and work with someone, off hours. Yeah. So it just made sense. And you know what? I haven't had people, occasionally I'll have, why don't you open on Sundays? Well, I'll open for you.
Just let me know.
Just let me know.
And the revenue hasn't changed.
It's gone up.
When I saw the 11 to 5 and I was like, okay, I can have 1,000 excuses not to get out of here before 5, right? And it's like, okay, fine. But I was like, he wouldn't do it unless it was working. Yeah. Yeah. And that's really interesting. So this is the business side of this thing, right? You restrict your time and people show up. Yeah. And they want to get there. Yeah. Which is really interesting to me.
They want to get, I'm getting goosebumps just like talking about this because, now, like, not only do we have these, like, are we making it, convenient where they can come in any time they want, you know, they were like our friends. They were buds.
Yeah.
You know, they come in and it's like one big party. We're having.
I know every time I'm in, you're like, like you see a bunch of everybody sitting around having a drink and
We're
they're
hugging it
buying
out.
this, and somebody's bringing stuff over,
Yeah.
and what do you think of this? And I'm like, oh, this is like an old boys.
Yeah, I gotta be
network.
honest with you. It's very rarely I leave before 6:30.
Because people are still there.
They're still there. My guys are still there. Sometimes like we don't have anybody left in the store and they're still hanging out, and I have to kick them out. Which is by
Let's
the way,
lock up. Let's lock up.
I'm like, listen, I don't want to be I don't want you to blame me for you guys staying late, but they love it. They love being there, and you know, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
That you know they're not running out the door.
I think it's really awesome.
Yeah.
And I think now, as we kind of wrap this up, this conversation, what do you want people to know about you and the next 5 to 10 years of Garmany?
Well, hey, you know, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, man, let me tell you something. The only time I brag nowadays is about my father. You know, so it's tough for me to talk about me.
Yeah. We got to focus on you now. Because, you know, I always joke,
Look, yeah.
what would Dad want?
Oh my God, he would want us to take it to
the next level.
To the next level, but meaning, you know, be innovative.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm always looking for that. Which ironically, we're not even online, if you can believe it.
I know that.
Yeah.
My cousin runs a children's boutique in Naples, Florida on Fifth Avenue. She's been there for 20 years. She has no online presence.
Yeah, I mean,
not
we
even
have-
an email. She doesn't even do emails.
Well, we have a website, but we don't sell online.
She doesn't sell online.
Yeah.
She doesn't even have a website.
Yeah,
And she does really, really well.
yeah. But the reason why is that we're almost forcing people to come in and have the experience.
Right. And you don't want to, like, there's no reason for you to shop online in your store
Right.
unless I've been shopping here and I'm living now in Florida. And it's like, okay, Steve, send me a bunch of stuff down. Or Johnell, send me a bunch of stuff down.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, I know your size hasn't changed.
Yep.
And like, you could do it that way.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what FaceTime. We, you know, like, and I have a ton of people who live in Florida now, like 6 months of the day out of the year. You know, we send them a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, send it back
Send
if
it
it
back.
doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
So like the next thing, like, how does Johnell compound Larry?
Well, my vision now for the store is to really elevate women's from the advanced contemporary to true luxury.
True luxury.
Okay, so like you know, I you know, mentioned the names that we carry downstairs. You know, I want similar type of
Names
brands
upstairs.
Yeah, I mean, I think now like, you know, women are, you know, and they have been.
And women need a
certain-
place to shop because they don't really have it. There's some places like the Grove just opened something, but like,
You know what's funny? Our business went up since
after
they
that.
opened.
Yeah, I figured that.
Yeah, and they were, my girls were freaking out. They
When
were
that
like-
was opening.
Yeah, and I said, listen,
We're not talking about it.
We might lose business for a couple months, but you watch, they'll be back.
Might be 13 days without a sale again.
You might be, but you know what? As soon as they opened up, I mean, our business just skyrocketed. Why? They weren't getting customer service. Their turnover was crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, parking was an issue.
Yeah. Always a big
Yeah.
issue.
And you know what? They didn't know their taste.
I think what was really interesting too, the way I saw it, it became a destination, and why we're here, we're going to go here.
Yeah,
That is what I think. Like when you take the principle of you put a gas station on a corner, and there's one gas station, you get a certain amount of people. You put a second one, the volume goes up for both.
Yeah,
You put a third one, the volume goes up. It's ridiculous.
yeah. The same
Right?
applies with restaurants. I feel.
Yeah.
The same should apply. Look, you know, hey,
Look
you know,
how many wealth management people there are in
yeah.
downtown Broad Street.
Look, I have a good friend of mine, you know, Vinny Scortino. He's
Yeah.
got a tailor shop down the street from me, and you know, we're competition, but we're friends.
Yeah.
You know, it's you know, the more the merrier, man. And you know, I feel that this town needs. Look, my father started the ball rolling. We got Tiffany in.
Yeah.
Okay, he somehow willed that to happen.
That was incredible.
Yeah, that was, nobody gave that a shot. They were like, Larry, you're crazy. Well, man,
And what bothers me about that is that people haven't followed.
yeah, yeah,
Like to me, Tiffany did the research. They're not going to sign a freaking lease without going, this is a really good spot. And now they're entrenched in an area. Like that store is a very popular store.
yeah. Well, look, it starts with the landlords, and also, you know, it has to do cutting through the red tape in the town as well.
100%, which is very hard.
It's very, very hard. I've had friends of mine who are developers that they got a little frustrated.
They're not building in town anymore.
Yeah, and and look, I just spoke with someone yesterday at River Center, and I think she's lovely, and I think she's going to do some things.
Cool.
So I'm really excited. As a matter of fact, we're taking a field trip to Greenwich.
Oh, you are?
Here we are.
Yeah. Get you on the boat.
Yeah. So you want even better.
Yeah, much more enjoyable.
Yeah, but we've
Good.
been stagnant for so long. That I feel like now's the time, especially with all this influx of people coming from New York.
And the sheer development that's going on in downtown, like the new townhouses on Harding, like there's whatever they're 12 or 13 units. They're beautiful units. It's gonna.
Where are they?
Right on Harding, right over here.
Right behind me? No,
yeah,
I know exactly.
Right behind you.
Right behind me.
Yeah.
So.
Somebody said, I know the builder, and they were like, "Do you have FAA approval for the height of those things?" Because they were so high, because they're so high. I'm like, it's not that high.
Yeah. No.
I really appreciate you sharing, one, your history, right?
I appreciate you having me.
But two, I really appreciate the sharing that you're talking about and the concerns. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you really take this to the next level. Like it's the Larry version, right? But now it's the Johnell version. And that's what I want my kids to do is take my vision and expand upon it and make it even bigger and better. This is awesome. Really, really a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
This was great.
Yeah. Let's do it again.
Yeah.